If you are wondering what is non-performing assets, what types of non-performing assets exist, what are some examples of non-performing assets, how to use non-performing assets, what is the future or prospect of non-performing assets, then this video is for you. And press the bell icon so that you get notified whenever I post a new video. In today's video, we are going to discuss about non-performing assets. So make sure to watch this video till the end. Non-performing assets are those assets which are not generating any revenue for the company, but these assets are reported on the asset side of the balance sheet. These assets are those assets which have been classified as non-performing assets under both current assets and fixed assets. Intangible non-performing assets are those assets which have been classified as non-performing assets under the intangible assets. The first example of non-performing assets is obsolete inventory. Obsolete inventory refers to the inventory which has become old and outdated and cannot be sold to customers. Impaired fixed assets are those fixed assets which have suffered a loss in value due to various reasons such as damage, wear and tear, obsolescence, and so on. Non-performing loans and advances are those loans and advances which have not been repaid by the borrowers despite repeated reminders. Such loans and advances become non-performing assets when they are considered as irrecoverable by the company. For example, if a company gives a loan to one of its employees, and the employee is not repaying the loan amount, despite repeated reminders, then such a loan becomes a non-performing asset. Example, if a building of a company is damaged due to natural calamities such as floods, earthquake, the first prospect of non-performing assets is that they are becoming more common. Non-performing assets are becoming more common due to various factors such as technological advancements, changing customer preferences, and increased competition. The first use of non-performing assets is to generate funds for the company. Non-performing assets are becoming more complex to manage due to various factors, such as the need for specialized skills. Non-performing assets are becoming more valuable due to various factors, such as the increasing demand for sustainable and responsible business practices, the growing importance of intangible assets, and the increasing recognition of the value of non-financial information. Therefore, companies need to have a robust system for managing non-performing assets. Non-performing assets can be turned into performing assets with the right strategy and execution. Therefore, companies should not just focus on getting rid of non-performing assets, but they should also focus on turning them into performing assets. And expertise, the need for investment in technology and systems, and the need for collaboration with external stakeholders. Non-performing assets are becoming more strategic due to various factors, such as the need for companies to differentiate themselves from their competitors, the need for companies to adapt to changing market conditions, and the need for companies to create long-term value for their stakeholders. If you have enjoyed this video, then please like this video and share this video with your friends and family. And if you have any questions or doubts regarding this topic, then please comment down below. Thank you so much for watching this video till the end, and I will see you in the next video.
Till then,
keep learning. When a company sells its non-performing assets at a loss, it can reduce its tax liability. For example, if a company sells its obsolete inventory at a loss, it can reduce its taxable income and reduce its tax liability. Companies can generate funds by selling their non-performing assets at a fair price. For example, if a company has excess plant and machinery, it can sell it to other companies or individuals at a fair price and generate funds. When companies get rid of their non-performing assets, they can focus on their core business activities. This can lead to increased efficiency and profitability as the company is able to utilize its resources more effectively, and so on. Then such a building will become impaired, and it will also become a non-performing asset. For example, if a mobile phone company is manufacturing Nokia 3310 mobile phones, then such inventory will become obsolete when newer and better models of mobile phones are launched in the market. In simple words, we can say that if an intangible asset is not generating any profit for the company, then such intangible asset becomes a non-performing asset. Excess plant and machinery refers to the plant and machinery, which is not used in the production process due to various reasons, such as technological advancements, automation, and so on. By getting rid of non-performing assets, companies can improve their financial position, because such assets do not generate any profit, and they occupy a significant portion of the company's resources. For example, if a textile company is using latest and advanced machines for weaving fabrics, then the older machines will become excess to the company's requirements, and they will become non-performing assets. For example, if a trademark of a company is not used in the business anymore, then such a trademark becomes a non-performing asset because it is not generating any profit for the company. In simple words, we can say that if an asset is not generating any profit for the company, and also it is not used in the production process, then such an asset becomes a current and fixed non-performing asset. For example, if the land of a company is not used in the production process, and also it is not sold within a year, then such a land becomes a current and fixed non-performing asset. The first type of non-performing assets is known as current non-performing assets. Fixed non-performing assets are those assets which have been classified as non-performing assets under the fixed assets. So in simple words, we can say that if a fixed asset is not generating any profit for the company, then such a fixed asset becomes a non-performing asset. For example, if a machine of a company is not used in the production process anymore, then such a machine becomes a non-performing asset because it is not generating any profit for the company. Current non-performing assets are those assets which have been classified as non-performing assets under the current assets. So in simple words, we can say that if a current asset is not generating any profit for the company, then such a current asset becomes a non-performing asset. For example, if the inventory of a company is not sold within a year, then such inventory becomes a non-performing asset because it is not generating any profit for the company. In simple words, we can say that if an asset is not generating any revenue or profit for the company, then such type of assets are called as non-performing assets. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe. So let us first understand that what is non-performing assets. Now let us understand what are the types of non-performing assets. There are total 4 types of non-performing assets. The second type of non-performing assets is known as fixed non-performing assets. The third type of non-performing assets is known as current and fixed non-performing assets. These are also known as dual non-performing assets. And the fourth type of non-performing assets is known as intangible non-performing assets. Now let us understand what are some examples of non-performing assets. The second example of non-performing assets is excess plant and machinery. The third example of non-performing assets is impaired fixed assets. The fourth example of non-performing assets is non-performing loans and advances. Now let us understand what are some uses of non-performing assets. The second use of non-performing assets is to reduce the tax liability of the company. The third use of non-performing assets is to improve the financial position of the company. The fourth use of non-performing assets is to focus on the company's core business activities. Now, let us understand what are some prospects of non-performing assets. The second prospect of non-performing assets is that they are becoming more complex to manage. The third prospect of non-performing assets is that they are becoming more valuable. The fourth prospect of non-performing assets is that they are becoming more strategic. In conclusion, we can say that non-performing assets are an inevitable part of doing business. They are common, complex, valuable, and strategic. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I hope you have learned something new in this video.